Hi, I'm Ryan LaPlante.
And I'm Tyler Hewitt.
And we are the crazy people who created both Garbage Town the Movie Podcast and Dum Dums and Dragons. And we are super excited to announce that we're starting a podcast production company called Garbage Productions.
So if you head over to patreon.com/Garbage Productions, you can actually subscribe for as little as $1 and you can get some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, you can actually help support the show and help us get made. For $1 a month, you get advance notice on all the upcoming movies on Garbage Town so you can suffer through them yourself. You get advance notice on guests coming up on DD&D so you have an idea of where that's headed, and you have access to our community and comments. For additional money, you get even more input, even more say, and you're even more a part of the shows.
We definitely want to hear from you, so go over there, check it out, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.
Yeah, patreon.com/Garbage Productions. Become a garbage person with us. Welcome back to Dum Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukaki, your host. Previously, our heroes waged war against a cave full of goblins. Along the way, Butthole adopted the wolf Goblin Jr., Alan continued her series of ghastly murders, and Quinny became a bit of an acid fetishist. But having defeated the evil King Clark, can our heroes bring Sildar out alive? Find out next on Dum Dums and Dragons!
That's okay if you let me go. I'll forgive you. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some therapy will help.
Does anybody want to murder this goblin, or are we good?
Do you know what? We'll let you go if you tell us where our dwarf friend is.
Yeah. The dwarf, that's the shorter human, right? I only see them as shorter humans, regular sized humans. I like some of my friends, yeah,
right?
I know, right? That's
yeah,
very
we've been over this with short people before.
So the regular dwarf, we had to send him to King Grawl at the Cragmore Keep. He's got big plans for him, big plans. He had that map too. The dwarf and a map.
Butthole.
It's a good day.
What's his fuck? Sildar's looking bad up there. I think you need to take a look at him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll get on that. So I dash up to the escarpment. I bring Goblin Jr. just because we're like a team. Like, we got to hang out. I go up and I look him over, and I'm like, oh, man, this guy's such a dick, but Moonhammer says you got to look after people. So I raise my hammer, and I press it against his sternum, and I summon the power of Moonhammer, and I use Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, he looks considerably better.
Yeah, okay, so I pull the pins and let him down. And I'm like, man, if you're going to thank anybody for saving you, it should be this dog. He is awesome.
Wait, you mean one of their wolves?
No. This is the dog of Moonhammer.
Oh, well, bless you, dog of Moonhammer. Bless you.
I'm going to call him Dog Fart, yells Quinny.
This is acceptable to Moonhammer.
So...
To me, he shall always be Goblin Jr.
Are things good now? Can I go?
This is our goblin.
This is our goblin. He's very scared. Not the one who's outside. This is the one in the room with you, surrounded by his dead friends.
How do we get to that castle?
It's up in the north. It's north of that human town.
Farfenschlagen?
Phandalin.
Fhandalin?
Yeah, small town.
He's like, he basically gives you directions as goblins would understand them. You think you can probably follow it, but it's like, there's a tree, not the shitty tree, but the other tree, the better tree. Yeah, you hang a left at the better tree, and then you go like past the big rock, not the other big rock though. You know the one I'm talking about.
I've had a little experience taking down instructions from goblins under duress, so I think I know what he's talking about.
All right, is he good to go then?
Hey, Sildar, you want to crack at this guy, or are you feeling like we should get going?
He looks at the goblin. He looks at you guys. He kind of like walks over, picks up one of the daggers off the dead, and he's like, well, it was the other one, the talkative one who gave me the greatest pain, but my understanding is you've seen one goblin, you've seen them all, and he just fucking guts the goblin and drops him, and then turns to you. He's like, goblins are untrustworthy. I wouldn't trust them with a cart full of supplies or anything else that you might have of value.
I really regret healing this guy. Like, that's just such a dick move.
Well, he was just a pincushion.
Well, no, he kills a goblin, but then he gets preachy about it. Like, that's the real problem.
No, everyone hates a guy that gets preachy.
I completely agree, especially these annoying, judging other races. Like, of course, it's a white guy who has a problem with goblins.
I never said he was white.
Yeah.
Didn't you, though?
Did he have gray hair?
Gray hair?
Do only white people have gray hair?
People named Sildar tend not to be not white in fantasy realms.
Well, I'm just saying it's our imagination, so we can do what we want.
It's your imagination. What does he look like?
He's like those guys from Avatar. He's blue.
I stand corrected. My dialogue really does not make sense, but I felt like I had a lack of information.
Okay, so that means he's like an indigenous person.
He's
one of the Na'vi.
planet, like they were in Avatar, like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Cool.
He's not blue. Yeah, no, you're right. He's a generic fantasy white guy.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so I guess we've searched the cave. Is there any shit we're taking in the cave?
He drops the goblin, then he's like, I am sorry you all had to witness that. What they did to me and what they did to Grundar were unfathomable. Where they've taken him, I cannot say, but they took the map. They know the location of the Wave Echo Cave, the great find that the Rockseeker twins were seeking. I fear Grundar must be in great peril.
This is getting to be much more than a 15 gold piece job.
If we deliver the cart, are we done?
Yes, if you care not for fellowship.
Guys, Goblin
Fucking
Jr. and
hell.
I have to go help Grundar. So here's my vote.
Grundon.
I don't. I'm helping the guy with
You're
the
correct,
boots.
yep.
I'm not great with names. I'm great with passion and faith and Goblin Jr. Grab the cart, load up the stuff from here, go to town.
Yeah, leave it with
Let's
Sindel.
do it.
Sindel is a character from Mortal Kombat. Leave it with Sildar.
You could leave it with Sindel. It would just be a much different
We'll leave
game.
it with Scorpion, and then we can go off to save Sub-Zero.
Just remember to take Noob Saibot with you, otherwise it won't work.
Because I want to find... Oh, my God. We left a goblin with the cart. And I turn and just start sprinting out of the cave to get back to the cart.
So once you get back to the cart, you see a dagger on the ground and a missing goblin, but all the supplies are still there. You get the sense that when the dagger hit the ground, he freaked the fuck out and ran away.
Hey, our bluff worked.
All right.
Pick up my dagger. I also collect my rope from the chimney. I'm gonna need that
You
rope, guys.
step over the dead
We
wolves.
grabbed as many rations as we could from the room.
Yes. It will work because we're
stocked
going
up.
back to that big room and loading it into the cart now.
Okay.
So
okay. all right.
Sildar thanks you for all your help, but he needs help to get to Phandalin. He does offer 50 gold pieces to transport it to help escort him there. He also says that once he's set up proper in town, he's got to meet with his contact named Yarno Albrick, who's a wizard in town. He's got to meet up with his contact, but once he does, he can offer you a tremendous reward if you're able to secure the safety of Gundon. The Rock Seekers
up
are
for
very
receiving a
wealthy
reward.
and very, very eager to will be eager to get their brother back, but B, also this dig is of tremendous value to them. It's the long lost Echo Wave cavern, which was a site of a great mine that the Rock Seekers are hoping to plumb the depths of for magical artifacts of fame and fortune and yore. And he says the rewards will be great if you're able to assist him.
It works for me.
I was in just to save Grundon.
Helping a human, helping a wizard. Let's do it,
This
guys.
is the best day of Ellen's life.
And Goblin Jr. looks at all of us and just goes, "Rarf, rarf."
Oh Jesus!
So in the
Goblin Jr. played by Trey Parker.
in the dead goblin, which Sildar is able to identify as Ymik, who apparently had delusions of grandeur, had hoped to overthrow Clark and become the head of the posse here. You find 3 gold teeth in a pouch that he wears around his neck, as well as 15 silver pieces. Sildar's shitty armor is missing. He said they took it along with Grundon and the map to Cragmaw Castle. But he's very eager to get back to Phandalin and to find Yarno, who can help him in reopening the mine and to restore Phandalin to a civilized center of wealth and prosperity.
All right.
So you load up your supplies, you load up the newfound supplies on a cart, and you make your way to Phandalin. So for successfully clearing out the Cragmaw Cavern, defeating the villainous Clark, and rescuing Sildar, you each gain 300 experience points and thus reach level 2.
Oh shit!
You are now headed to Phandalin, where Sildar has said he might be able to reward you rather handsomely if you're able to find out what happened to his friend Gundren.
We're on the road right now.
Yes, so you've just left the Goblin Cave and you're just arriving in Phandalin. You come off a sort of rutted track into a wooded hillside and you catch your first glimpse of Phandalin. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations, more old ruins, some crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs towards a ruined manor house on a hillside on the east side of town. As you approach, you see children playing on the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. Sildar says, "My friends, let us secure lodgings. I'm told the local inn is very quaint." And he lets you know that the Stonehill Inn, which is sort of in the center of town, is where he's headed. Basically, in town, you can tell there's an inn, a town hall, a shrine, general stores and trading posts, and a few other homes and businesses. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go Sildar to the inn, or do you want to start exploring the town?
I want to go with Sildar to the inn just to find out kind of what's going on there.
You want to talk to some helpful NPCs who might give you some clues as to what's afoot in the town?
Do you know what? That might be useful. Yeah, just find out who's doing what and where.
Interesting. You head to the Stonehill Inn. In the center of town, there's a large, newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timbers. The common room is filled with locals nursing mugs of ale or cider, and all of them are eyeing you quite curiously.
Quinny walks right up to that bar and orders a drink.
So the bartender is a man named Tolbin Stonehill. He introduces himself and slides you a mug. He says, yes, welcome, friend Halfling. You folks seem to be from out of town. What brings you to Phandalin?
Just delivering some supplies on a job run.
Oh, for the mining operation.
Yeah, you've heard about it?
Oh, yeah. The Rockseeker brothers have been they've been coming and going. You're certainly most welcome. Do you guys require lodgings of any sort?
I think we just might.
Oh, that's wonderful. And all of a sudden, the door to the inn gets booted open, and you see a short dwarf with a tremendously tall axe who sort of roars in, and thus you meet your new companion.
Yeah! Where is my mead, you sons of bitches?
He's back. So the bartender immediately takes 5 mugs of ale and just starts filling them.
That was okay.
He fills 5 more very quickly.
That was better.
Quinny, you particularly, and actually you as well, Butthole, are fans of fun and fellowship. So the second you
my
see,
name's Butthole.
Yeah. So the minute you see such a fun new drinking pal, you decide to go over and make yourselves acquainted.
Yeah, I'm going to wander right up. I'm going to bring Goblin Jr. with me. Goblin Jr. is a wolf.
Okay.
He's friendly. He's on a chain like a leash, but he doesn't really need it. He's cool. So we approach the bar, and I saunter up next to our new friend, and I say in Dwarven, "Ho, friend!"
I don't speak that language you speak. 5 more meads.
He delivers 5 more meats.
All right, I'm gonna just order
just
my own
switch over to
drink
common.
and play it over real casual, just for a second, and then be like, "Hey, friend. Obviously, you know how to drink."
I've had years of practice, my friend.
That's the way to spend those years. I hear what you're talking about. I'll have what he's having.
All right, so the bartender, he pours you 5 mugs of ale as well.
Amazing. And I lean back over my shoulder and I point at Alan and I say, "You got to meet Alan. This fucker can drink."
Show me this fucker.
Alan comes over and...
My name's Alan. I am a woman. as we clarified.
He's making notes. Alan, underline, woman.
Woman.
I'm a half elf, so half human, half elf. I'm about 6 feet tall, 145 pounds. I got like straight, long silver hair that I keep tied up. And I'm just super eager and very excited about everything around me.
So I lean into our new friend after polishing off all 5 of my mugs, trying to, at the same pace he does, man. I'm just like keeping up with it. I love to party.
I sip on one.
Yeah, same.
It's like an inch gone in like 5 minutes.
And I'm like, "So, what's your name, new friend? What brings you to this amazing frontier town?"
Well, Quinny, Butthole, and Alan, my name is Mudbutt, and I am...
brother.
And I am the prince of the dwarves of Winchester. At least I was. Until Winchester was burned to the ground by me. By accident. And that is when I met Richard, my falcon. Come, Richard.
And a majestic falcon swings down low through the door and lands on Mudbutt's arm.
Richard, you're the best.
And I just look over to my 2 friends. I'm like, "Guys, I really like this guy. There's a butt in his name. He likes to drink, and he has an animal. This is boding well."
Yeah, we didn't have enough of that going on. So
No.
I'm glad.
Moonhammer has sent him to us.
Oh, but I haven't introduced you to my other friend. Gunchink. This is my battle axe named Deathmonger.
The battle axe is twice the size of the dwarf.
What do you think?
That's impressive.
Well, more mead.
So as you're getting to know Mudbutt, he explains that part of the reason he came to Phandalin was that he is in search of a man named Yarno Albrecht, who is a member of the Lord's Alliance, which, as you know, is also the group that Sildar belongs to. Think like a large-scale neighborhood watch kind of thing. They're concerned figures who try and ensure that order and peace are maintained throughout the realm. Mudbutt, in his search for adventures, decided to take on the case and has thus arrived in Phandalin to find out what he can of the disappearance of Yarno. So Sildar comes down and joins you and is quite happy to see Mudbutt. He greets you warmly. Part of the reason he came with Grundar to Phandalin was to try and find out what happened to Yarno. Word on the street, and what Sildar knows, is that he disappeared while exploring the area around the Tresdar Manor about 2 months ago, shortly after arriving in Phandalin.
Is it that ruined manor?
It is, yep. The Ruined Manor up on the hill. So how would you like to spend the evening in the bar? Obviously, you're having drinks, you met some new friends.
Well, before Sildar leaves, I just want to kind of wave him before he goes out the door. And I'm like, Sildar, listen, we're all glad you're here and you're safe, and we understand there's stuff to be done. We have a delivery that we have successfully made for you now of this cartload of things. Also, we've got some other sundry items that we've picked up that are pretty great. When are we getting paid, bro?
As much as I appreciate you delivering the supplies to the inn, I believe you're actually supposed to deliver them to the provisions office. So perhaps when you do that, he'll be able to pay you the agreed upon amount.
Oh, shit.
And Sildar pulls
Who's
out
watching the cart?
The medieval equivalent of a mic, drops it, and leaves.
Guys, I like him a lot.
Am I getting paid as well? I can help you bring it to the wherever he said it was.
I think the hard part of that is over, Mudbutt, but appreciate that.
You're welcome to join us, because we are going to head over to this provisions office. Maybe they got another gig. I mean, we're here for the mining thing.
Sure, I'm down. What do you say, Richard?
And I say,
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, that was rude of me. What about you, Goblin Jr.? And Goblin Jr. just looks at me and goes, snarf, snarf. I'm like, yeah, we're good.
Hey, dwarf. My buddy over here, I mean, I don't know a lot of Dwarven, but he was speaking to you in your native tongue. You don't know Dwarven?
Oh, I'm from southern Dwarven. It's a twang kind of thing. You know, if you mispronounce the letter and pronounce it then it's like you're speaking something different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so oops.
You secure lodgings. It's going to be 1 gold piece for the night.
Can I chat with the bartender for a
Yeah,
bit?
sure, absolutely.
You know, I noticed this big old house kind of looking in shambles, but it looked like it was once a very, very fine mansion.
Oh, yes.
More mead in the meantime, please and thank you.
In the
meantime.
meantime. Hey.
As you're chatting with Stonehill, the bartender, he tells you a little bit about the history of Phandalin. Phandalin was built on the ruins of a much bigger and older town. But the region saw a lot of trouble with orcs a long time ago, so everyone was driven out. Also, the big thing that the longer you're in the bar, you start to hear more and more about are the Red Brand ruffians, who are the sort of gang that seems to be troubling the town. So the innkeeper, particularly, you know, once he sort of warms to you guys, he's like, "Look, I don't want any trouble, and these guys are known for causing trouble, but like the town master is doing nothing about them." They cause problems all over town. His wife, however, comes over and mentions that it's actually worse than that. A local woodcarver recently stood up to the Red Brands, and they killed him in broad daylight in the middle of the street. And now his wife and child have gone missing. So, so some sort of bad. You get the sense there may be some bad vibes in town here.
So I kind of pull everybody along with our new friend Mudbutt into a corner, and I'm like, guys, there seem to be a lot of options on where we could go right now.
A lot of side quests, if you will.
I would vaguely suggest let's go get paid.
Butthole is immediately won Quinny over by suggesting we get paid. Like Quinny's like, oh yeah, let's get paid.
All right, you know what? Let's just do that first then. I think we've got some decisiveness on getting paid.
Excellent.
And I shall come with you to get paid.
Perfect.
Good luck with that, Mudbutt.
Excellent.
Maybe you can talk your way into getting paid.
Oh, don't worry. Old Mudbutt here's got a silver tongue.
This is my first office sidekick to Goblin Jr. I'm like, maybe.
Snarf, snarf.
Yep.
Away, Richard.
So you grab your cart and you're moving the supplies to Barthen's Provisions, which you can find fairly easily. As you go, you notice there is a building just sort of to the south that has a big painted wooden sign of a lion on a shield, which matches the supplies that you found in the Goblin's Cavern.
Could return those, maybe get a little extra something for it.
Let's do it.
Let's go take a look there first. If either of you want to take a look at the stuff in the back and try to ballpark like what it might be worth to these people, we're going to go return it to.
It seems like really specific stuff. Like it's almost like
It's not the kind of stuff I usually try to fence.
yeah, exactly. And it's not processed, right? It's unprocessed materials.
Oh, okay.
So you get the sense it'd be more of a pain in the ass than anything else.
Okay.
Are there any herbs?
Yeah, there's some dried herbs.
I kind of want to take some of the herbs.
Sure, take some herbs. What
I don't have.
what
I don't
kind
have
of herbs
many.
are you looking for?
Yeah, it's for ritual
Sure.
reasons. So I'm looking.
At exactly 4:20, this ritual must take place.
I'm trying to think of like any herbs that. Yeah.
Let's say you take sort of a fistful, a little bit from each one, enough that it doesn't really look like
Right.
you took any.
Because I don't want to like steal from these people. I just need enough to.
Sure, yeah.
You know,
I've got news for you. You're stealing from these people.
So, as our traditional cart driver, who's not aware of this rampant theft going on in the back, I pull us up to this the building with the sign on the front of it.
Yep.
And I walk up to the front door, and I just kick it open, and I yell, "Hey, new friends! Moonhammer brought you your shit!"
A woman stands up from behind the counter with a crossbow, and then sort of hears what you said and was like, "Oh, you." Wait, what? Why did you kick in my door?
In the name of the goddess Moonhammer, I have delivered your supplies along with my companions and this here saint of Moonhammer, Goblin Jr. And Goblin Jr. goes, snarf, snarf.
I just look sideways at Quinny, being like, I don't.
I'm looking at you like, take your shit. This is it. You're not going to get to take anything else after this.
All right.
Also, have you met Mudbutt? This guy's
Hello.
amazing.
Hey, I demand my pay in small change, please and thank you, if at all possible.
Now listen, I'd like to clarify in the name of Moonhammer, he wasn't actually with us when we found the stuff.
I don't know what this guy's talking about. I was like, hey, look at all this stuff I found. And then I was like, get that wagon to this place. And we just got there lickety-split.
Do you know what? That may have been how this played out. I had 5 beers.
Oh, yeah.
You've had 10 or 15 years.
Oh, I was there.
You get the sense that the store owner is seriously considering using the crossbow, but then she seems to think better of it. And she's like, so okay, interesting, wolf guy and friends. You brought my supplies?
Yes.
So
I'm feeling really guilty about the theft and the door, so I'm kind of in the back trying to put the door back on its hinges.
okay, great. Fantastic. So she comes out and sees that you brought the supplies that had been sort of waylaid and is like ecstatic because this supply shipment was due here, weeks ago and it just never showed up. So she's very, very grateful. She puts the crossbow back behind the counter and opens a tiny chest and she goes, "Oh, well, thank you so much for returning our supplies." And especially you, Mudbutt, from the sounds of things, you were essential in the in the operation here.
Integral.
Yeah, excellent. So I'm afraid I don't have any small change. All I have are these gold pieces. And she gives you a bag of 50 gold pieces that you can distribute amongst yourselves
Nice.
as a reward for returning her supplies.
I'll hold on to it.
Damn it, this guy
I
is a little too
immediately
much like
try to
Quinny.
grab it from Mudbutt before, like, just swoop, not like rudely, but just where I reach out my hands over his hand.
All right, roll me, both of you roll me a d20, please.
Can I get in on the D20?
Yeah, absolutely. Add your dexterity, please.
I have 14.
15.
5.
Excellent. So
I want it to be so that the bag is empty by the time it gets in his hands.
great. So Mudbutt, you hold out your hand and you say like, "I'll hold on to those." Ever so gracefully stomping over comes Butthole, who tries to get it, but neither of you are as quick as the halfling, who darts in with his nimble tiny hands, tiny presidential hands, and manages to snag the bag.
My tiny hands. These gold coins are the size of cookies.
So
Now
Quinny,
I'm hungry. Thanks a lot.
you have the bag.
Awesome. I think it's only fair that I dished it out to the 4 of us.
Thank you
'cause
very much.
Mudbutt, I can tell I kind of like you already, buddy. I think you and I could work.
And to
some
be fair,
real
I think you
good
guys are great.
Cons.
I just raise a hand and I'm like, Quinny, I do want to point out the one who killed Clark was Goblin Jr., so I just want to pitch he should get a share. I'll hold it in trust for him, but I will only spend it on him. I won't spend it on me. I swear by the goddess Moonhammer, it will be his.
It could come in helpful.
Well,
I mean, if we need to buy food for him.
If our
makes
animal
sense.
buddies get sub, then old Richard here.
Do you know what?
Quinny does not like where this is going.
Hold on.
I think we can agree, Mudbutt, that the animals that killed someone in the capturing of these things will be paid.
Richard's a pacifist. He's not really. He doesn't go for the throat. He's more like a talk it out. You're right. Fine. Fine. I won't. I'll put away my flute, so I won't call him. I won't bother him with it.
Five shares.
All right. Yeah, I'll divvy it up into 5 shares.
5 shares of 50 is 10 each. Yeah. Oh, boy.
I'm going to make a special note on my sheet that I have 15 for me and 10 for the Goblin Jr.
I'm watching this happen.
Is this the kind of is this a shop that we're in right now?
Yes. So
Could I sell some things as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You can also purchase some things.
I kind of like look around at our team and then I kind of like want to have like a private moment with Leanne.
Sure.
You're like, I have a gold frog statue that I'd like to sell.
She says, okay, well, I mean, that's not normally the kind of goods that I would deal in, but, I'm sure someone in one of the other offices can definitely move that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Tom, you had it valued at 40 gold pieces.
Yeah, so she's going to give you 45 because since you returned her supplies, she's kind of giving you a favorable deal.
Okay.
So she'll give you the gold. She's like, yeah, at the very least, we'd melt this down.
All right, I'll take the 45.
Great. All right. So she gives you 45 gold.
Great. So I'm going to just flag her down and say, hello, new friend. Glad to have made this delivery. Thank you so much for the reward. This may be an odd request, but do you have anything that could be perhaps armor for a wolf?
She kind of looks at you and she's like, I mean, you could throw some chainmail on a wolf, I guess, but it wouldn't really be good. She recommends that maybe you'd be better served finding a blacksmith to perhaps build you some custom armor, but no, she doesn't have anything that would...
Well, thank you, milady. That answers my questions, doesn't it, Goblin Jr.? Snarf, snarf!
Always 2 snarfs from Goblin Jr.
I'd like to ask Anne if she has any some charcoal and incense.
Yep, she can definitely hook you up with
Okay,
that. You didn't just want to take that out of the box as you returned to her?
I didn't want to be totally dishonest.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So she'll sell you some of that, let's say, for a half gold piece. So you...
Can I buy something?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I need a new hat and I need new gauntlets.
Okay, so she brings out, there's a selection of gauntlets you can choose from.
Oh, sweet.
What kind of gauntlets are you looking
Oh,
for?
I want those diamond ones. Those look just great.
So she's like, okay, well, I mean, as you can see, very fine craftsmanship,
Oh,
spared
yeah.
no expense. They currently are going for 1,500 gold.
I'll take them.
All right, how would you like to pay today?
With these 10 gold coins that you gave me.
She kind of sniffs the air around you. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? You seem like you're on the up and up. I can let you have these for 1,200 gold pieces.
Even better. Here you go.
And how will you be paying for the rest of them?
It's right there in front of you. 10 gold coins. Thank you very much.
She just takes the diamond gauntlets and puts them back under the...
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
I walk up to you two and I say, do you know who this is?
Well, yes, he's introduced himself as Mudbutt.
This is Prince Mudbutt, the Prince of Winchester.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I forgot to
right.
mention that.
He has to travel light.
Yeah.
Because,
my.
he can't be so conspicuous. Do you think about Dwarven, like the jewels that they have and things like that.
they
He can't
do
just
have a lot
be
of jewels.
out in the world flaunting that kind of stuff. He's got 10 gold for now.
Well, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh,
there, sir.
come on. Oh, yeah. 21.
Great. So she's like, well, I guess if I could say that Prince Mudbutt of Winchester shopped here, I mean, that would be of great value. And, if you could spread the good word of the Lion Shields throughout. In fact, if maybe we could even set up a trading post at Winchester, was it?
Oh, yes, it was.
Sounds like a very unburnt town.
Tell you what, I will, once I'm done here, I'll just scuffle on over to Winchester and knock on old Papa King's door and be like, guess what? You should open up a couple of these Lionhead shops. And he'll be like, Prince, get it done. And I'll walk on over again, call you.
Well, I can see no possible downside to this arrangement.
Excellent. Can I have that hat too?
Anything for the Prince of Winchester.
Oh, sweet. I
So-
want the horn one.
So you get a fine horned hat as well as diamond gauntlets.
Mudbutt Extreme!
One last thing that I want to get. Is there like a portable brass brazier?
Yep. She can
I would
hook you up with all
I
your
would love
ritual
to have
needs.
that. Something that's small, portable, can fit in a backpack.
Yeah, sure. She has
Okay.
that. So
I'd love one of
say
those.
another half gold piece.
Super, thank you.
Great, you are welcome. You mentioned that you're looking for Barthen's provisions. He indicates that's just down the road. You're able to drop the provisions off without much difficulty. Barthen's very happy to see you all. His name is Elmar Barthen. He's a lean and balding shopkeeper, about 50 years, in a friendly manner. He's got a couple of young clerks who start unloading the wagons. He received word from Falstaff that you were all to be paid 15 gold rather than the customary 10. He wasn't told that there'd be 4 of you. However, since there are, he looks kind of like he fucked up. So he quietly mentions to one of the clerks, get some gold. So he also pays Mudbutt 15, assuming that he was part of the adventure.
And then I lean forward to him and I say, "You may not have realized, but this wolf is the real hero of this story. He's a member of this band alongside Mudbutt, myself, the other two. The goddess Moonhammer knows that fair payment is fair. Fair is fair, as they say amongst the peasant people.
I was there. I saw it.
We will require a fee for the dog as well. It is an incredible war dog."
So he says, I have just the thing. And he leaves and returns with a bone bowl that looks like it was carved out of a very large chunk of bone. He says, this has been in my family for years. Unfortunately, my dog passed away some time ago, so I haven't had much use for it. But this was carved from a wyvern's neck bone. And I think such a heroic war dog should have a heroic goblet to sip from. So he gives you this bone bowl.
And I am so honored that I blush and then fart, but like gently, like a winter's breeze. And I look down at Goblin Jr. and I say, "This guy gets it. This guy really gets it. This is for you." And I offer it to him and put it in his mouth, and he's proud. He has to go outside to show people. Not walk up to somebody, but he's just going to stand on that porch and just sort of wave it gently and pose regally at strangers. I had a dog who used to do that, so that's not even bullshit. They do that sometimes.
All right.
So it sounds like we've got... You've got... The last thing we've heard about Yarno, I semi-listened at the bar. Listen, Goblin Jr. drinks. It was a great time. Got it. But Mudbutt, it sounds like the dude you're looking for has something to do with that haunted house?
Oh, Yarno. Yes, I've heard that he has some dealings at this supposedly empty house. And I've been sent by a secret employer to find Mr. Yarno and question him by any means necessary.
Who's your secret employer?
Nice try.
I figured
I've fallen for that too many times. And I've been fired by too many secret employers. Not this time.
So I lean forward to Mudbutt and say, "Mudbutt, as another guy with butt in the name, I mean, I feel like there's a sacred brotherhood here. You're part of the band. We're all getting paid for the work we're doing. We appreciate that you're royalty. Maybe if you shared with us who your employer is, we might be able to help you on this quest to solve this faster, get you more money, get, Little Richard all decked up."
Little Richard? Fantastic.
Can I roll a persuade check?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. 17.
Can you roll me a wisdom save?
5.
And your wisdom modifier?
0.
This sounds like the best deal you've ever heard of. You're just stroking your beard with one of your diamond gauntleted hands.
My friendship, you say? Well, that's better than gold where I come from. Well,
You're losing your mind.
I'm just so happy to have this information.
It's good. So you've been hired by the Harpers. They're basically the Lord's Alliance is a very sort of loud version of the Harpers. They keep they try and keep the peace, but everyone kind of knows about them. They're very proud. They talk about themselves a lot. The Harpers are more kind of the secret version of that. They, generally speaking, if they hear there's something evil afoot, they're the people who kind of go in to investigate. So they've been keeping an eye on the Lord's Alliance for a while, and the disappearance of Yarno is pretty concerning for a number of reasons. A rogue wizard, like a missing wizard, is always an issue. They're very concerned. So they've paid you to come to town. They also gave you the name of a Harper contact in town, Sister Garail, at the Shrine of Luck.
All right, so now that we sort of know what's going on, here's what I'd pitch yet again. This is not decided. I did not pray on this.
Okay.
Perhaps we could go visit Sister Grail. If she's still wounded, the power of Moonhammer might be able to just help solve that.
I'll just fart on her wounds.
Wait, what?
Get her wounds nice and septic. That's good.
Modern medical science.
Hey, I've healed Sildar. I've healed myself nearly from death. You may mock the goddess Moonhammer, but the gifts she gives are the gifts of life. So let's go visit Sister Grail.
All right.
And then after that, we could buy some stuff and then see kind of where we're going and make a move. Maybe we could help this fine gentleman, Prince Mudbutt, with his sacred royal quest.
Yes, please.
And we can't talk to Sildar until tomorrow anyways.
You think there's any chance we'll get some decent loot?
I mean, we got a rogue wizard and an empty mansion.
Yeah, you're right. I like this.
All right, so lead us to your contact, Prince Mudbutt. And I do a serious bow, and then Goblin Juniors come back into the room, and I point at him, and he goes down at the front too. So we're both bowing.
I like how you've managed to come up with a series of bits with Goblin Jr. just in the time you've been on the road.
That's all I do.
Earlier today.
I'm either driving the car or training the dog. Whenever I'm on watch, I wake the dog up and just teach him tricks all night. So it's 6-7 hours, and he's freaking
exhausted.
Smart. Yeah, and then he sleeps in the cart. It's great.
Great.
I used to sleep in the cart. God damn it.
Lucky.
you gotta earn that. That's
Question.
for closers only.
Do we still have a cart now, or was the cart owned by them? So
The
we're
cart
on
was
foot now.
owned by Barthen's Provisions, so you've dropped the cart off.
So on our way outside, I'm like, we really should have negotiated horses or something. We've just stranded ourselves in the wilderness.
Well, I mean, horse is always just a thievery away.
The Goblin Jr. looks at you and goes, snarf, snarf. So
Goblin Jr. stolen a lot of horses in his day. Excellent. Okay, so you head to Phandalin's only temple, and there is a zealous young elf, Sister Grail, and she sort of welcomes you to the shrine, but you can tell she seems a bit distracted. What can I do for you? Have you come to pay respects to Tymora?
Actually, we've come to talk to you about the Harpers.
Oh, yes. I was told one of you might be coming. Which one of you is Mudbutt?
Here I am.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
I'm your secret contact.
Yes, well, I was told you'd be coming alone, but clearly you've made some new friends along the way.
Well, it's always better to have more people. That's what my dad always says.
Yes.
The king.
Well, can't argue with the royals.
No, you shouldn't.
Nevertheless, she is happy to see you and is actually happy that you brought more people because in addition to the missing wizard, she's very concerned about the Red Brand presence. Their acts of violence are getting larger and larger, and they're getting bolder and bolder each and every day. And truly, we should be rid of these monsters.
Can I ask, how recently they showed up?
Sure, yeah. They've been really active in town, visibly for about the last 2 months.
Now, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Does the arrival of the Red Brand gang coincide with the disappearance of Yarno?
Yes. Yeah.
Good question.
They've been operating for about 2 months. Yarno arrived in town. The Harpers are a little suspicious of the Lord's Alliance, and she's like, he was sent here, I think, to sort of investigate what was going on in the town. But it is very strange that he disappeared, and then suddenly, there's a spike in gang violence. So whether the gang took him or whether he's involved, she's not sure.
I lean forward and ask, pray chance, what god or goddess do you pray to?
Oh, well, this is a shrine to Tymora, the god of luck.
Mm.
And you, friend cleric?
I worship the goddess Moonhammer.
Moonhammer.
Yes, the god of joy, strength, and flatulence.
Oh, well.
The third thing consists of the first two.
Oh, interesting. I have not heard anything of Moonhammer.
It is a small faith, but a powerful one. It grants me the power to heal.
Ah, well, any god that grants the ability to heal and help others is a god worth knowing in my book. I shall think and pray upon the thoughts of Moonhammer and see if Tymora can send me any insight into your god.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, even if she doesn't, maybe you could just pray to Moonhammer. I don't know if you've thought about switching faiths, but luck is there for you sometimes. Moonhammer is there for you always.
Dude, you're going to talk about this in the shrine?
Listen, one must speak of one's god wherever one shall.
And quite frankly, Tymora would view this as a lucky opportunity to try and convert someone. I'm not going to convert, but I appreciate your moxie.
That's what they all say until they worship Moonhammer.
Right.
Meet my other convert, this wolf. Originally a heathen goblin animal, but now a hero who freed your roads of an orcish threat, and now stands with me here wearing the crown of foes that have fallen. Was that luck, you say?
Yes.
No, you're wrong. You see things through that lens, but that's about you.
Well, and pray tell,
Jeez.
Moonhammer be praised.
and Tymora be praised.
And Moonhammer be praised.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, and Moonhammer be praised.
And I nod like I won. And I exit before she can talk more.
You're not going to win an argument against anyone who responds, that may be how things work in your universe.
So she also mentions that she actually would require your assistance if you have the time. She's received word from the Harpers that there's a missing spell book in the area. So Sister Garael has been searching for it, and the reason she got roughed up recently was that the only way they can find the spell book is apparently by confronting a Banshee. The Banshee isn't inherently evil and isn't inherently villainous. However, Sister Garael definitely rubbed the Banshee the wrong way and was chased off. But she thinks that anyone who appeals to the Banshee's vanity might be able to perhaps win its favor. She offers a jeweled silver comb to bring as a gift, sort of on behalf of the Harpers, to the Banshee in order to gain information about the spellbook, and asks if you would deliver it.
Yes, I will deliver the jeweled comb.
I'll come too. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've never seen a Banshee before. This just sounds crazy.
I don't know that you will see a Banshee.
Oh, well.
So she.
I'm definitely interested in getting this my hands on the spell book.
And
so
I
I'm
am outside
totally in.
celebrating winning my debate by teaching Goblin Jr. more tricks.
Excellent. She points out, sort of on your map, where you can go to find the Banshee's lair.
I sort of pay attention.
Fair enough. And she thanks you all for your assistance, and particularly Mudbutt for assisting the Harpers.
Yeah.
I'm ready to walk out. I don't know about you guys. I'm
I'm a little bit nervous that she's gonna recognize me, so I'm gonna scoot out pretty quick too.
Great.
recognize you. Oh my goodness.
Dun dun dun. So what would you like to do now? Where would you like to go?
If
Here's
you
a-
want this Banshee spell book, you got to talk me into it. You know, like something's got to be in it for me. Because otherwise, this comb is going straight to the merchant. I'm getting some gold.
Being a wizard, and I think if we can get our hands on this spell book in our future adventures, it could definitely help us for me to learn more powerful spells.
Okay. I stick my head in the door of the shrine and be like, "What spell does the spell book do?"
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that halfling thieves had any interest in spells.
You don't know that I'm a thief. I'm not a thief. How dare you?
Right. So when I handed you the comb and you slipped it up your sleeve, that was just coincidence? Luck, if you will?
I have hairy forearms.
So she says the book belonged to a legendary mage named Bowgentle. And the Harpers are interested in recovering it because in the wrong hands it could be potentially very dangerous.
It seems like there's a lot of power in this book.
Acid power.
It is my responsibility as a worker of the Harpers to bring it back to them after we do stuff with it. So I think we should go.
And I just say, by royal decree,
Oh, yeah.
we should go.
Right.
We must listen to a prince, because a prince has been chosen by the gods to lead us. I declare that I shall follow this prince on his holy quest. Moonhammer has decreed it.
So what would you guys like to do? Do you want to go try and do this Banshee thing now? Do you want to investigate Tresdor Manor? Do you want to rest for the night?
I'm down for
I've got some energy in me.
Yeah, I want to go see what a Banshee is. This sounds fun. Let's go check out a Banshee.
Well, the prince has spoken for us all.
Wait, I need to call Richard. Richard wants to see this too. I pull out my flute. Richard! Splendid timing.
Goblin Jr. looks at me really disappointed. I'm like, I don't know how to play the flute. I'm sorry. We're gonna sort something out.
Our heroes saved an ancient human and found an insane dwarf, played by the crazy Adam McNamara. But will they find the wizard Yarno? Will they die at the hands of a banshee? Will they spend another entire episode walking around town going nowhere? Listen on to find out. And if you like what you hear, you can follow us at DD&D Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. That's DDANDD Podcast. You can also support the show and further our journey through our Patreon at patreon.com/garbageproductions or visit our website at garbageproductions.net. Not .com. Only a coward uses a .com. We are garbageproductions.net. But more important than all that, tune in next time for another episode of Dum Dums and Dragons!